Hi guys, it's Kai.
And Melle,
Welcome to Plot Twist.
So we're a little late, but our 2025 favorite reads we wanted to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And a bunch of them are overlapping.
In no particular order will these be, by the way.
Well, mine were
don't
kind
really
of
have...
in order, by the way.
You have yours ordered, like number one? Or
Mine
you go...
were kind of in order, yeah.
I feel like I have like a top 5, 6, 7, 8. All like, I don't know. It was hard for me to say like which is like 1 and which is like 10, but like I know my top like 5 basically. You want to start with what your number 1 was?
Well, okay, well, now that like I'm looking at it, I'm like, well, they're all kind of like, this is the top level. They were all kind of like right at that. Like there was a couple that were like a little less, but not like they're still all 5 stars.
Yeah.
You start.
Obviously Direbound. That's a no-brainer for me. Like,
that was my number 1.
For what reason? Stark. And the lick. Come on. No, but seriously, bonding a direwolf.
So on brand for, I think, what got me and Kai into the podcasting.
Yeah.
It was just everything that brought us together from previous reads. That it was just, that's how we started really the podcast as our first arc.
Yeah, that was our first arc.
Has my heart.
Me too. Sable Sorensen has my heart forever.
Yes.
That's my heart right there.
And then I'd say the Silversmith.
The yearning in that book. That just...
That was
I think
my
of that
first book husband.
My heart. Your first book husband? Yes. Yes.
When did you read When the Moon Hatched? Was that the year before?
Yep. I read that in 2024. Even though I'm still trying to get you to read that. Damn it. Get to it.
I know. Well, she's thick, okay?
She real thick. She's like this.
She real, oof. A little intimidating.
Just a little bit.
So the Silversmith was my first book husband all around. For you had mentioned the term book husband, and I never really knew what that meant until I read this book. And I was like, that's it. That's my book husband.
When the Moon Hatched, I think you'll like, because you like the Silversmith, because there's a lot of that yearning and that it's a similar feel. I'm not going to give anything away, but I think that's why Khan from that is a book husband, and Smith from Silversmith is definitely a book husband for me. What else you got? Child of Chauvet, obviously. No brainer.
Yes, Child of Chauvet was a core memory. Brain fuckery.
Yes. Theory spiraling. Holy moly. I feel like both of us were just like...
And just well written.
Beautifully written.
I was in another world, that whole book.
Me too.
Happily in another world. I think we both had Shield of Sparrows. That audiobook, Shield of Sparrows, was an amazing audiobook. I want to read it physically eventually, but the audio was amazing.
Oh, by the way, the whole time the voice is a female, and she changes her voice to be the male until the last chapter.
She messed with me, yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
I remember you saying that,
thought it
being
was a duet.
Not to the last chapter when it's actually the male narrator. So that was wild. How awesome that was. So good.
I was like, okay.
I love a duet, but damn, I would not have known. So The Haven, the Hall, and the Highborn. Best novella of 2025. Thank you very much.
The worst tongue twister of the entire 2025 for me, though. You know how long it took me to remember how to say that title name? Whew.
It's true.
I opened the book and I didn't realize how short it was. And I opened it and I was like, wait, it's over. No, don't be over again.
I wish that, like, sometimes I want more novellas because they're short and sweet. And I love that it was short, because I feel like all of the books we've read this year were like this. I need this
too long.
Sometimes smaller is better.
And that was my issue this year. In 2025, I came into this podcast and I wanted to read all the books. And then next thing you know, we're getting thrown books at us and our TBR is just getting longer and longer and longer. And I'm like, Now I'm trying to like judge them by sizes. I'm like writing down how many pages, and I'm like, all right, let me not pick too many like 600 plus pages in a row. Like I need palette cleansers. So Haven, Hallow, and the Highborn, very good palette cleanser.
But regardless, it was so good. But the funny part, I want to point out that all of these reads were advanced reader copies that we got. None of them were like traditional published at this
Except
point.
For
I know
Quicksilver.
we are Quicksilver, yeah, and Shield of Sparrows, I guess, as well. But Direbound, Silversmith, Child of Chevet, and Hollow Haven and Highborn.
My Queen of Shadows was on there.
Yeah. Well, that one was like a 5-star for me too. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, TOG has been. And when we actually finish eventually, because we're still halfway through the tandem.
Eventually.
We had to pause because, again, our list has been crazy. And the arcs and it's too much, you know, and with the holidays and everything, it was way too much. I was like, pause. I need a break. I'm taking a break. And I needed it. And I enjoyed it. And I'm glad that we're back now a couple weeks into the new year because it gets to be too much. We got to be with our families too. So obviously we both put Quicksilver. Duh.
And we both had our own little genres that we branch off a little bit for our little palette cleansers. Kai had a bunch. What were some of yours?
So I like my small town romances. So Tara DeWitt's series, the first one was Savor It, which I really liked, but Left Up Forever was like one of my favorite second chance romance. I loved it so much. And she has another book coming out in a couple months too. The Rome, Kentucky series by Sarah Adams. I read all 3 of the books. When in Rome, Practice Makes Perfect, and Beg, Borrow, Steal. And I just finished the 4th book at the beginning of 2026. And it was fantastic. My favorite one of the 4. So good. Loved it. And then anything Emily Henry. Basically, I read a whole bunch of her books in 2025. Probably like solid more than half of her books. So People with Me on Vacation, loved Book Lovers, loved Beach Read. So anything she writes, I just absolutely loved. Even the newer one, Great Big Beautiful Life, I really loved too. And then I'm a small town girl. Elsie Silvers, I liked all her stuff, all the Wild books. I read those. I didn't read Wild Side yet. Just kidding. That one I still have left in the 4 books. And her other series, the Chestnut Springs one. I have 3 more left in that one. And you have some contemporary romances. I'm so proud of you.
So I don't usually read rom-coms. I don't know. There's just usually something about like their structure that bothers me. And I hate like the whole game that it plays. But the entire Just Part of Your World series. So it's Part of Your World, Yours Truly, and then Just for the Summer. They were so good. I literally read them all within a week. And they were all audio. The audio was fantastic.
That's impressive. You read them all in a week? Damn, girl.
It was all audio, and I had it at like, the way she wrote was easy for me to do it at a faster speed, and I can keep up with it. I can't do that a lot with the romantasy because you miss some of the stuff, but I just inhaled it, and I love how like they're all standalone, but like they're not really like, you should read them in order because there's some throwbacks, and it's almost like nostalgic having that little throwback in there and like it referencing somebody from a different book in like the same timeline. I loved it. They had me cackling. My poor husband, you know, a book is good when I'm telling my husband about it and I'm replaying a blurb of it. Like there's a whole scene in one of the books where the mom is like convicted, like in going to jail, and it's her last day before she goes to prison, and she gets like blackout drunk with her best friend, who the main character's it's a girl and a guy, the guy's mother. They have to go pick them up. I'm dying. Like the entire time, my husband's actually laughing at this, and he, you know, isn't a reader. So for him to enjoy it too, it's cute. I loved it.
That was Just for Summer, right?
I think so, because they were only on like a certain amount of dates.
Fun fact, I only read Just for Summer. I didn't read the other two in the
She went
series. Yeah, they're
backwards.
on my shelf. I did this to multiple series. I'm ridiculous. I did that to the Sarah Adams one too. I think that's in that one because I loved that book too. I thought it was so funny and cute. So I'm pretty sure it's that one because I remember cackling about the same thing.
I literally was like, and then in one of the other books, there's a whole thing about taking a dick pic and a ring light, and it is hilarious.
Well, now I definitely need to read it.
Had rewinded it. I bookmarked it in the audio app. Immediately made my husband listen to the chaos. She plays chaos funny so good. It's just like this nonstop, mortifying, funny moments. So good. So if you haven't, definitely read that series. And on the other spectrum, I'm a thriller girl. Not usually a historical fiction girl. This had to be one of my first ones. The Frozen River.
I really want to read that.
I hear a lot of people bitching that there's not enough middle-aged heroines or older heroines. This heroine is the MVP. She's amazing. She's holds her own. She's fantastic. The entire book was beautiful. It had the right amount of thriller, had some funny parts too, but it just checked all the boxes off, and it was just such a breath of fresh air despite it being like a mystery.
And you love thrillers, so that makes sense too that you would love it.
But I don't on my TBR give them 5 stars. I never give them 5 stars.
Really mm-hmm.
No, because, thrillers you love to hate sometimes. It's part of it. But yeah, it's like a romantasy. It's usually like a 4-star until I read the whole thing. Then all of them magically turn into 5 stars.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Super good.
That was historical fiction though, you said, right? So like what year is that based on? Do you recall?
It was like a clusterfuck of like genres in one. It was, I want to say, I can't remember.
No worries. It has been on my TBR for a while, to be honest, that one. I've never seen a bad review about that book, so. And
it's so good.
I'm always just reluctant because historical fiction is not my thing. I don't like I don't know. I don't like history.
It's
Sorry.
I like historical fiction once in a while. Like I've had historical fiction books that I've enjoyed. She is so well written though. Like, and I don't know if it's also because she's a mom of like, I forget, like 9. And obviously she's a midwife too. She's a badass bitch. She holds her own. Cool. She doesn't let men talk over her. She's like one of those like, she'll sass right back. But there is limits to what she can do because of the timeline age. But there's just some parts where she talks about her children. Oh, it's so beautiful.
Oh, makes you want to read it really now.
That was a 10 out of 10. Mm-hmm. And that was an audiobook. And I think the audiobook, the actress did really well with that too.
Yeah, we've talked about that in the past. Like audiobooks can make or break really easily. Yeah. I mean, like I feel like if I'm reading a book, I could more likely do like a higher rating. But if I listened to an audiobook, there was one we both audiobooked. I'm not going to mention what it was, but we both were like, this audiobook sucked. The story was getting interesting.
I know exactly which one.
I'm not going to say what it is. I don't want to like.
It starts with a C.
Yes.
Okay.
The story could be good, but I think the audiobook really just killed it for me. I had to like change the speed from like 1 to like a 2.5 to get to like a decent pace because it was read so slowly that I was like, no, I don't know. It could have been way better. And I still want to read the second book because I was curious where it went, but I don't know. Reluctant. I almost DNF'd that one. That was rough.
Even if they're DNFs, you kind of, when you do, it's like a fucking train wreck. You just have to see it through.
Yeah.
I need to read it eventually. It's just not going to be on the top of the list. To answer your question, 18th century midwife.
Ooh, okay. So I thought it was 18th century. I thought so when I had read the blurb about that one.
And it was in Maine.
Cool. I'm going to have to get on that one.
Yeah, definitely It was really good. Do the audiobook. And that's a book that I think I'm going to buy, even though I've already read it. I think I'm going to buy it irregardless, just to have it because it's just that good.
Trophy book.
Trophy book, yeah. Just like I just bought another Dire Bound book.
How many do you have now? We have the original one that we got that when we went and we met Annie from Sable Sorensen at the book signing in Boston. That's the only one I have. But I did pre-order something.
Yeah, and I pre-ordered that and Fury.
Wait, did you pre-order the Dire Bound one? You didn't get that yet then?
Both.
Neither did I. Okay,
no.
So I think I
pre-ordered both of them.
I think I did too. Okay, so yeah, I'll get that.
Because I wanted them to match.
Yeah, that's my thing. That's why I'm so mad about the Quicksilver.
That's the other
one.
thing. I wait. So I yet to this day, even though it started this whole podcast for me and my introduction to reading was The Court of Thorns and Roses. I to this day don't own them because I want to wait till the whole series is done so I could buy them all in one gobble.
I feel like I got that special edition one with the really pretty edges. I'm going to kick myself when the next ones come out. And I'm like, well, no, there's like 3 books that are not in that one. Oh, well.
I think that was one of those things. I think my mouth said it before my brain told me to stop because I didn't want to burst your bubble. But like, I also was like,
I thought about it after I got it.
What if you get the other book?
It was so pretty. I couldn't help it. But oh, well, what are you going to do? I'll just buy it again.
Buy another set. Oh, darn.
I do have the Throne of Glass, the whole series. I don't have a special edition for that, though.
I have most of Throne of Glass series. Actually, no, I think I did buy Kingdom of Ash. I officially finished it, but it's just the regular series.
Yeah, me too. I don't have the special edition. My husband had bought me the whole box set for Christmas 2024.
Super love that, by the way. Back to our 2025. I almost felt guilty because I felt like as I was listing them out to you, this is every fucking book that I've read this year. 2025 was such a good reading year for us.
Yeah.
I had a lot more 5 stars, but I was being picky and I still came up with 9 or 10 of them.
I had more too that I didn't list really on here, but you got to have a top 10-ish out of, how many did you read? 36 or 40 or something like books? You read something like that,
I ended right? Sometimes I question Goodreads.
Accuracy. Me too. I was like, at one point it said like 70 and I was like, I don't know, that doesn't sound right. I'm like, then there was like.
The problem with the arcs is sometimes they come through as a blank book. And then when you input it to do your review, it's almost double counting. So like I had to be careful with that.
Supposedly it says I read 76. If I scroll through, there actually might be right. But that was a lot of books for me. A lot. I do not plan to read that many for 2026.
Yeah, I think I upped my number, but I upped my number from last year, I think, but I didn't go higher than what I read this year.
I think you said originally 25 last year. Or 26 or something that you wanted to read. I put like 25, I think, and I got 76, something like that.
I upped it to 30. I read 36 according to Goodreads. It might be more because Goodreads, it depends. If you look at the chart of what you read, it says 36, but then when you go in, it said 38.
Okay, yeah.
So
and
my
sometimes
goal
I
last
notice duplicates and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I did go through and delete a lot of my duplicates, so I'm hoping that's not the case. So 2025, I said I would read 26. I read 36. And in 2026, I'm saying 30. So somewhere in between the two. Because I don't want to stress myself out. I do want to read some smaller books. A lot of the 2025s were thick. But we'll see.
I think for 2025, I put 25 books. I read 75. For this year, I'm only going to say 35 because I feel like I put a lot of pressure on myself reading in 2025.
She's going to read 115.
No, I'm definitely not. I don't know how people do that. I mean, 76 is a lot, but like, I don't know how people do that. Like, I have kids. I have a husband. I got family. I got, it's like, I gotta focus more on them. And I felt kind of guilty After I looked at that, I was like, wow, I spent a lot of time reading, working full time, doing the podcast, going to school, everything all in 1 year. Well, that was a lot for me. I don't know how I did it. I don't know how I read that many.
Yeah,
don't know how to get a master's either.
I think it burned a little bit of burnt out, but
I think that's why we needed a little break. And I think this year we're going to be a little more laid back with how we podcast and what we do. Good. I think that'll be better for us. Full-time jobs, full-time moms, full-time wives. Mental health is important. And as much as I like reading for my mental health, I also think it could get stressful if we don't dial it.
Well, when you have to revisit an entire book that you haven't read in a month.
True.
But yeah.
True.
Well, let's see what 2026 brings us. Yay.
Let's see. 2026 has been good to me so far. I'm on 3 and 4, and so far at this point, I'm only halfway through the 2 books, and they're already 5 stars. I'm telling you right now. And the first 2 of the year were also 5 stars. So,
jeez, I had my first 2-star, so there's that.
I just don't want that. Don't make me. I'm only gonna read stuff that I know is gonna be good.
I just told you what it was that was the 2-star, and I was like, oh, I can fix your 5-star dilemma. Use this one. And it was a 2-star for me.
I don't remember what you said. Well, so sorry.
I don't either. It's fine. That's how memorable it was.
That's okay. But yeah, 2025 was a fun year with the podcast and with the reading, but this year will be good in other ways. Yay. I'm glad we talked about our books, and it's going to be delayed, but the podcast episode will go out when it goes out.
Yep.
I don't care if it's March. It might be.
It's November.
It's November. This was our favorites from 2025. At the end of 2026, we'll talk about 2025.
Pretty much.
Yep. Pretty much. It's fine. We love a good plot twist. That will be ours. Plot twist. Here's our books. 2027.
Only 8 months late.
2025. No problem.
It's so bad. All right. Well, thank you for listening.
Thanks, guys. Would love to know if any of your top 2025s were our top 2025s and any suggestions for 2026.
And which one of the ones that we said were 5 stars do you want to fight us on?
We're going to throw hands. Let's go. All right. Bottoms up.